Hi everyone and welcome back. For those who are new here, a quick introduction. My name is Bronwyn. We are a South African family living in Ireland and we've been here for 4 years now. And yeah, so I've had a load of questions in comments over the last month or so, and it's been quite overwhelming, and I haven't been able to reply individually because a lot of the questions were just repeat questions. So I thought I would do a Q&A video and just try and answer as many as I can. So I hope I get through a few. Evie is downstairs munching on a packet of chips. So let's see how long that lasts before she comes and joins us. And this is the quietest room in the house at the moment, so we don't have Miss Rachel blasting our ears off. Right. One of the most popular questions that I often get asked is, where are we in Ireland? So we are in a town called Dungarvan. That's on the southeast of Ireland. It has a population of about 10,000 people. It's a beautiful coastal town and it is just gorgeous. It's like living in a postcard, honestly. Driving the kids to school in the morning, we drive right past the harbour and the quay, and it's just stunning, stunning, stunning. It's so picturesque, and they have the West Waterford Food Festival here every year, so it's quite a foodie place. If you enjoy your restaurants and eating out, there are plenty of places for you to explore. We are right near the Comera Mountains, near Comshanon, the hike, and it is just beautiful. There's so many places to see. We are about half an hour away from the Ardmore Cliff Walk, and we are right next to the Copper Coast. So it is just a beautiful, beautiful town that we absolutely adore. And if you haven't seen Dungarvan, come and visit. It is gorgeous. So that is where we are. Another question I get asked a lot is, where is Blue? So Blue is a short-haired German pointer that we got last year as a puppy. And I think we got him in August, so it's over a year ago now. And we had to make a very hard decision. He was about 6 months old, and we realized that our yard was far too tiny for this dog. And even though we were taking him out on numerous walks every day, he was trying to escape constantly. We couldn't let him out of our sight. We are in a rental, so there's only so much we can do fence-wise, but we put up a fence in the back and we tried to block every exit that we could, but he kept escaping. And we live on a very busy road, and we were very worried for his safety. We did have a collar on him with our number, and we did get a couple phone calls from lovely neighbors who he would decide to go and visit quite often. He would just dig his way under the fence, and we put rocks and we cemented those rocks down. But this dog, he was determined and he was lovely. We just loved him to death, and he had the most playful nature, and we just realized that we were putting more stress on him by keeping him locked indoors, because we couldn't always watch him. And Evie was just crawling at that stage, and it was hard to watch a little baby and the dog. And I know I'm going to have some haters out there saying, why didn't you think of this? How could you give up a dog you just adopted? You know, typical people. I know, we felt horrible. I was in tears. I didn't know what to do. And I reached out to a German Pointer Society, basically on Facebook, people who love German short-haired pointers. And I gave them our story, and there was a lovely couple who own a farm near Dublin, and they reached out to us and they said, look, we would love to take him on and join their little family. And they had a couple dogs on the farm, and one of them was quite old, and they felt like they needed new life in the pack of dogs that they had. So they the husband came and he took one look at Blue and said, let's just, he's taking him home. No issues there. And we loaded him up in the car, and it was so heartbreaking. It was like losing a piece of the family. But we've kept in contact ever since, and he's been sending the most beautiful videos of Blue and photos of Blue. And I really am at peace now with the decision that we made. And as hard as it was for us and the kids, we realized that as much as we want animals, this property is not conducive. So we just have to wait until we are in a place where we can have a dog that can just run the fields and just be free. As Blue needed to be, he needed spaces to run. And unfortunately here where we are right now, we have a little stamp-sized garden, and for a pointer needs to run. A pointer is a natural hunter, and it was so unfair on the dog. So forgive us, we're sorry. We miss him every day. In fact, there's in our laundry we have his paw print, muddy paw print, still on the wall that we just can't bring ourselves to clean. It's just our little memory of him. So that is where Blue is. He is very happy on a farm in Dublin, and he has brothers and sisters now that he runs with and plays in the fields, and yeah, he's happy, and that's where he is. Right, the next question is where in South Africa did we live? So before we moved to Ireland, we were living in Pietermaritzburg. It's a town in KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa. It's also kind of on the southeast coast of South Africa. James is originally from Cape Town. I am originally from KwaZulu-Natal, and I was actually born in Zululand in a town called Pongola. So yeah, that's basically, we've kind of moved all over South Africa. I've lived in Johannesburg, I've lived in Pretoria, I've lived in the Eastern Cape in Queenstown, I've lived in the Northwest Province in Carletonville. James as well, he lived a long time in Mpumalanga near Barberton. So look, we aren't from a certain place in South Africa. We've kind of been all over, and but before we moved, we were living in Pietermaritzburg. So did we bring any pets with us? No, we didn't. I had a small dog before we left, but my parents had adopted her previously from me because of our living situation, and she was quite old, so it just wouldn't have been fair on her to bring her with. And it's not like we abandoned her or anything. She was very happy with my mom and dad, and I think it would have just been too stressful to even consider bringing this 13-year-old dog with us. And so no, we didn't bring any pets with us. There was a question, I blanked out a word in my video. In the video, did we make a mistake moving to Ireland? And so I think sometimes some people took it the wrong way, and also some people were confused as to what I was saying. So the big flu that went around, the big flu that we all had to lock ourselves in our houses, I blanked out the name of the flu, because YouTube doesn't like that word, and YouTube tends to not let people see your videos if you use that word. So I blanked it out because I'd recorded myself saying it, and I realized that one of my videos that probably no one has seen, I used that word quite a lot, and I literally got 100 views on that video. So that is why I blanked out that word. I'm not a naysayer. I'm not saying it never happened. I know some people were saying, oh, I can't believe that you don't believe it happened. And anyway, so there was just little bit of confusion there. And it's not a word that causes offense. It's just a word that the analytics of YouTube does not like, and they will hide your video if you are saying it because they think that, I don't know, conspiracy theorists. I don't know what the reason is. So that is why I blanked out that word. So I hope that clarifies that question. I had a question about what is a TV license. Now, we know what a TV license is. A TV license is coming from South Africa, because we had to have one there. In Ireland, it's necessary to have a TV license. If you own a TV that can receive signal, you have to pay a TV license. And the TV man, debt collector, will come knocking at your door and say, where is your TV license? Because they have a little detector thingy and they know that you have a TV in the house. So everybody in Ireland has to pay for a TV license to watch TV. Now, we don't actually stream signal in to our TV. We've got Prime and Disney. We don't actually watch real-time TV, but we still have to pay for a TV license. So it can be confusing. I think in America, I think the question came from someone in America that they don't know what a TV license is. So that's what it is. 160 euros a year for the TV license. I opt to pay it monthly via debit order, so it works out to be like 13 euros 33. And basically it just gives you license to watch TV, and I suppose it puts money in RTE's pocket. I'm not sure exactly where all the funds go, but I know it's law and you have to pay your TV license if you own a TV. Now, apparently, if you watch, if you're streaming, oh my gosh, did you hear that? My stomach. I haven't had breakfast. If you're streaming like YouTube or Netflix or whatever on your laptop or your phone, apparently you don't have to have a TV license, but if you own a device that can pick up signal, you have to pay for a TV license. So that's that question done. Let me see, what's the next one? What do you think of the Irish food, and have you come to love potatoes yet? I love potatoes. We eat potatoes just about with every meal. Mashed, roasted, baked, cut up and fried. We love the Irish potatoes. We love the variety of potato here. In South Africa, we don't have that many varieties, and here they are just delicious, and we love potatoes, and that's probably why my genes are a bit tight, because we love the potatoes so much. So yes, we love the Irish food. I love black pudding. I can't get enough of it. The rest of my family does not eat it at all. They won't touch it. I love it. So I make sure everyone orders full English breakfast if we eat out, and then I just get the extra black pudding. So yum, my mouth's actually watering talking about it. Love black pudding. So the Irish food, we do love it. I'm trying to think of any other Irish dishes that we enjoy. The fish and chips are amazing. We have an amazing restaurant here in town, being a little foodie town, called And Chips, and they have the best fish and chips. Whenever my parents come over, we order from them, and amazing food there. You should try it if you ever come. I'll put a little link here, or a picture, or I'll put something up on the screen for you to use as a reference if you're ever in Dungarvan. So next question, let me see. Do we rent? Yes, we do rent. We are not in a position to buy a property as yet. So we are considered second-time home owners, so we have to save up 20% of a deposit, and properties in Ireland are not cheap at all. So I think we'll be saving till the cows come home. I don't know if we'll be in a position to buy anytime soon, but that is the hope, that is the dream. So we are renting for now. A question that came through is, how can you reach me? So in my description of our channel, you will see that there is, I've put my email address. So you can pop me an email if you'd like to email me. Sometimes it ends up in my spam, sometimes it ends up in other folders and not my inbox. So I do apologize if I don't respond. I will try and respond as best as I can, and I apologize to people that have emailed me and I haven't responded. it's been this last couple months with YouTube, and it's kind of exploded a little bit. I just haven't been able to keep up. But I do read your messages, and I'm so sorry. I will respond as soon as I get a gap. I did pick up a couple DMs on Instagram that didn't come through. So they kind of go into message requests. If you're not friends with the person, it gets put into a message request box. And I'm terrible with social media. I really am. I'm the worst. So I didn't know that there was a little thing there, and I didn't know why there was a little highlighted area. So when I clicked on there, I saw that there were message requests, and I apologize that I haven't responded to those ones either. So I'm terrible. I will be better, I promise. So if you do feel the need to email me, my email is in the description box of the YouTube channel. Right. Let me see. How come you left South Africa, and why did you choose Ireland? As an Irish, this is the person who asked the question. As an Irish woman, I'm curious, as Ireland is expensive. Yes, Ireland is expensive. So look, I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritty because I covered a lot of this in my video. Our number one reason was our children, to ensure that they have a future that is stable, safe, and full of opportunities. I'm going to leave it at that. Cost of living in Ireland. Now, I've done a video on this. It is a bit outdated. I think I did it about a year ago. So I need to redo this because this is quite in depth. And if you want me to break down our expenses, that's a whole video on its own. So the cost of living, yes, Ireland is expensive. The things you need to take into account are the housing, utilities, groceries, transportation, healthcare, education. Education is free if you're going into a government school, but you do have to take care of levies and other little costs that go along with it. Although up to third year now, am I right? Is it up to third year? Books are free, which has been amazing, amazing, amazing. Josh just missed out because he went into third year at the beginning of the year, so we had to pay for all those books. But from now on, for Evie and for Elijah, we don't have to pay for books up until third year, which is great, amazing. So you also have to look at entertainment and dining out. That's expensive. So yes, cost of living, depending on where you live, whether it is rural, whether it is urban, your own lifestyle, your own budget. How much do you spend weekly on groceries? How much electricity do you use? Are you frugal? Do you tend to spend a bit more on things? Everybody is different. So yes, the cost of living is high in Ireland. It is one of the more expensive countries in Europe. So I will do another video on that, a more updated video to break down. I'll break down our expenses and you can compare. Everybody's different, obviously. We all spend differently. So I will do another video on that very soon. A question here. My family and I are hoping to move to Ireland from South Africa. I have a British passport, but my husband and children don't. Did you have to get visas, etc.? Did you just arrive and apply to stay when you got to Ireland? Right, so that's pretty much the same scenario as us, although we arrived before Brexit happened. So the process is different now. So I often get questions like this. I am going to put up this amazing website, okay? This website is called SA2Air, and let me just pull it up quickly. SA2Air. This website is the only way that we got to Ireland. It is a treasure trove full of amazing information, okay? So most of the information on here is free and accessible. There is there is a membership option where you pay €10. It might have gone up where I paid €10 anyway, and you have lifetime membership. So look, €10 is what? It's a loaf of bread, 2 liters of milk, and a cup of coffee. That's what €10 is these days. So you go onto this website and you have a look, and the first thing that you see is, am I eligible to move to Ireland? Click this link to start your journey. And you click on it, and it takes you to what services they offer, and it says start your journey. And you have a look at this now, and it says immigration by passport type, and you just scroll down and you find what pertains to you. And you have a look, and it says here, all family members have Irish, EU, or British passports. No, that's not us. So I'm going to go down a bit more. Some members have either or both Irish and South African passports. No, that's not us either. So we're going to go down a bit more. But that might pertain to you. So you click on that link. Some family members have either or both British and South African passports. Yes, that's me. So I'm going to click on that. And it's going to load up. And it's going to say British passport holders and South African family members. There are 2 parts to this based on Brexit. Now, I'm not going to read through the whole thing. I want you to go and have a look at this website. If you are a South African moving to Ireland, it won't pertain to you if you are coming from a different country. And unfortunately, I can't really speak to that because I don't have that experience. If you're coming from India or from America, I don't know what the steps are for you to get into Ireland. So here, it just tells you everything you need to know, whether you're exercising your EU treaty rights in Ireland prior to Brexit, or if you're wanting to sponsor your non-EU family after Brexit. So it's just a treasure trove of information here. It is incredible. And also there are blogs written by people who have moved here. Have a look at the blogs. They've covered everything. Businesses in Ireland, children, kids, teenagers, special needs, immigration stories, life insurance, maternity, tax and finances, weather. What am I in for? It's good to know what you're in for. This website is just incredible. And if you just have a look before Ireland, things to do, it helps you go through everything you need, the paperwork, what will you need to get from Home Affairs, because we all know Home Affairs, it doesn't happen quickly, so it's nice to get your ducks in a row. What else? There'd be other paperwork you need, police clearances, and you'd need pre-clearance from Ireland before you bring your family over. Tax clearances, driver's license, letter of entitlement. There's so many little things. So have a look at this website, and if you still have questions, join the Facebook group South Africans Moving to Ireland. And I'm sorry if you keep hearing rumbling, it's my stomach making a noise. Have a look at join that Facebook group, and you can ask your questions on there, or you just search, and I'm telling you now, your question would have been asked before. So this is an amazing website. The Facebook group is incredible. There are people on there who have got years of experience and are so willing to help. So I'm not going to answer any more individual questions on how to get to Ireland. I'm just going to keep referring you onto this website because everyone has their own personal journey. Everybody has different sets of circumstances. And I think this website is incredible. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to forward you onto them. Right, have we not got our Irish passports yet? No, we haven't. Evelyn obviously does have an Irish passport. She was born here. But myself and my 2 boys don't have an Irish passport yet because we haven't lived here for 5 years yet. We have to be here for 5 years, and then we apply for permanent residency. And then once we've got that, we can apply for our passports. So I think we've got another 2 to 3 years before we're actually holding a proper Irish passport in our hand. Next year we can apply for our permanent residency, and then the process starts for the passport application, which I believe takes about 18 months. So that is why we don't have Irish passports yet. I had a question. Hello guys, I just wanted to ask, how much money does a family of 4 need to relocate to Ireland coming from the EU? And if you would relocate to Ireland again, what would you have done differently and why? So the cost of relocating to Ireland, it's such a varied scale. There's so many different factors. It's hard to put a number to that because you could be moving to a town, you could be moving to a village, you could be moving to a city. So that is all different kinds of factors. Whether your children are not in school yet, or are in school, or are studying, that's also a huge sliding scale of costs. And so it's housing, transportation, healthcare, education, general living costs. I would say my biggest help, that what I did when I was in South Africa, was I would try and compare cost to cost. So what am I living on now? Say for example, what do I buy at the shops, and then do a mock online shop in Ireland, and you kind of see the differences and the equivalents. And okay, so I go through a tank of petrol a week here in South Africa. Now in Ireland, let me research and see what that would be. What are my traveling costs going to be? Am I going to be on the train? Am I going to be on a bus? Am I going to be walking? Am I going to be driving? And how far? So it's really is sitting down and doing your homework. Renting. Okay, so I've got a job in Dublin. Am I willing to commute an hour, 2 hours to live in a cheaper area, and not in Dublin where the cost of housing is double or triple what it is in small towns? It's just weighing up, what are you willing to spend? What are you able to spend? What am I going to be earning? It's the question, how much money does it, So you just have to look at, so if you are moving, so if you are moving to Ireland, I would presume that you possibly have a job or a job offer in mind. So you would have an idea of what you'd be earning. So I would take that and break it down from there and see whether it's financially feasible. So that is really all I can suggest there. There was another part of the question. My understanding, childminders are expensive, but what would you suggest to send a kid to kindergarten before 4 years, or would you prefer to wait? So what we've done ourselves, I can only speak from my personal experience, is we waited we didn't get a childminder. I stayed at home. I kind of weighed up the odds, going, I could go work and then pay a childminder an hourly wage and then come out with not much in between. So what we've done is I have stayed at home during the week before Elijah started in junior infants, and now with Evelyn, it's just made more sense for me to stay at home, be with them during the week, and then I'll work on the weekends. So for us, it made more sense not to have a childminder and to just take care of them ourselves, and then wait for them to turn 4 and send them on to school, into junior infants. That's worked for us. It might not work for everyone. If you are earning a salary that would justify getting a childminder, or where it wouldn't really matter, that would be your option. But for us, it just worked out better for me to stay at home and mind the children before they started school, because yes, childcare is expensive. And hopefully Evie will be going next year. We've got her on 2 waiting lists, so we're hoping to hear back. She'll be starting play school, I suppose, and be getting 3 hours free on the government scheme. So that will free up a little bit of time for me to maybe jump into a small little morning part-time job. Otherwise, maybe make more videos, which will be great. Make more time to do the editing, which takes the longest. The editing, it takes the longest. But yeah, so I digress. Lastly, are there any laws that protect tenants or landlords that can pretty much do as they want when it comes to... Okay, yes. So the laws for landlords. It's the RTB. I'm just quickly finding here. I know I did get some information on that. Okay, so tenants' rights. There's a residential tenancy board. I think that RTB stands for. Basically, it protects both tenants and landlords. And if you are renting, your landlord should register you with the RTB. If they haven't, tell them to. They need to be registered with the RTB, and that will provide you with protection. So when we moved in here, our landlord registered us with the RTB, and each one of us got a letter. Myself, my husband, my kids, we all are registered under them, and any issues that arise, you get hold of them and they've got your back. And obviously, if you're a bad tenant, your landlord can get hold of them and they've got their back. So I think it's very important to be registered with them. And yeah, I feel like it's a good place for mediation if there are any issues, and they'll stand up for you or they'll stand up for your landlords depending on who's in the wrong. So yeah, so there are basically you have a little bit of protection when it comes to that. So let me find another question. Do you feel settled in Ireland? And do you think you may move on when the time is right? We do feel settled in Ireland, especially with the kids in school now. And I think we'll be here for a good many, many years to come. Maybe when the kids have finished school, James and I might do a bit more exploring. I'd love to live in other countries as well, but I don't want to uproot the kids while they're in school now and they're so happy, and that's the reason why we moved here, is for them. So for now, yes, we're absolutely settled. Will we move on? Maybe. We might. We might get itchy feet and explore other countries, but for now, we're very settled here in Ireland. So one of the questions here is, what work do I do? I am a stay-at-home mom during the week, which is a full-time job. Thank you very much. Cooking, cleaning, wiping noses, washing, full-time job itself. And then on the weekends, I work at a nursing home here in town. James works Monday to Friday at a hardware store in town, and on the weekends, he's a full-time daddy. So you could say that we work full-time, 24/7, both of us. Right. I had a comment here from someone saying I need to mention my coffee page more often and make it easy for people to help us and buy us a coffee, and to put a link prominently on my homepage. Also, you need to set up a sponsors page for people to contribute to you monthly for a little bit of extra content. Right. So that's something that wasn't my initial motivation when we first started here. This YouTube channel was initially to document and keep a diary, I suppose, for the kids when they're older to look back on, and for us when we're older and we've forgotten what we did, to look back on and remember all the wonderful things we did here in Ireland and our move over here. And I have set up a Buy Me a Coffee page with the motivation to, I suppose, to make better videos and better content, and get a vlogging camera, and also to get a drone. So we've already ticked off the list a vlogging camera. Okay, so with the help of your contributions and my wonderful husband, he got me a vlogging camera, so that's great. And we've also gotten better sound. You can see here we've got a little mic here now, just to increase just to have better quality sound. So all of that is helping. So now we're saving up for a drone, which I'm sure many of you know is quite expensive. So that is one of the things we are saving up for. I just want to say how grateful we are for all of you who have contributed to our channel. It has just been such a blessing. Some months are harder than others, and those contributions have helped us immensely. And as small as a cup of coffee has really just touched us. It's like we are so grateful, and it's hard to put into words when a stranger reaches out and says, here you go, thank you so much for your video, and we wish you all the best. It's like you feel a connection with someone you've never met, and I just want to say thank you so much for all of you who have done that, whether it's been just liking our video, whether it's been putting a comment on our video or sharing our video. Just those 3 things that don't cost you anything helps us so much with the growth of our channel. The analytical gods up there love it when you like a video or share it or comment on it, because it just pushes our video out to more people, and that in itself helps us grow as a channel, and the algorithm just starts to like us. And if you have an extra 5 seconds in your day, if you could watch through an ad, and that puts an extra 2 cents into our pocket from YouTube, from the AdSense, and that, without costing you a cent, helps us so much. And for those of you who have gone to buy me a coffee, thank you so much. We appreciate that immensely. It's amazing. And someone suggested that I set up a Patreon page. With that, we would have to create extra, like I would feel bad just asking for money just because. Like, I don't feel like I've got anything extra to offer you besides what I'm giving you now. It's not like we have merchandise or selling t-shirts or anything like that. So for now, just you liking our video and sharing it and commenting on it, and ring that little notification bell as well. YouTube seems to like that. That is amazing, and it costs you nothing. So yeah, I think I've answered most of the questions that I was given. I'm sorry if I've missed a question. Oh, I had one question. I know I mentioned in my previous video that before we had a car, we had to walk from home to the shops, and I got a question saying, what, no public transport in Ireland? No, there is amazing public transport in Ireland. It's incredible. Maybe you misunderstood me. A bus is not going to come to the outside of my door and pick me up and drive me to the shop that's 3 kilometers down the road. So being on a little bit of outskirts of a small town, there's no bus routes, you know, so those kind of routes you have to walk. So I don't know if it was a bit of a snarky comment from someone. So I'll just answer you in a snarky way. No bus is going to pick me up outside my door and take me to the shop. So we use our 2 little legs to walk there. Yeah, so I'll just end off on that note, which I got so many comments, and I'm learning just to let them slide. And just an FYI, I've put all comments from now on under review, because there were some quite heated, racially motivated comments that I don't feel like my channel is about, and I don't want to put that hate out there. And I am here to document our lives, our personal experience, and our journey here to Ireland and living in Ireland. So any comments that you put, whether it's amazing or whatever, they're all under review. So if you don't see your comment appear straight away, it's just because I haven't ticked it. So please be patient with that. I did this just for my own peace of mind, that no one's being attacked, no one's being trolled for their own comment on my channel. I review every single comment now, and this channel will only be full of love and positivity and good juju. Okay, so that's our journey today, and thank you so much for watching. I know it was a bit of a long video, but I hope I answered all your questions. If I haven't, I'm sorry, and I will possibly do another Q&A in a couple months' time. So have an amazing week, guys, and winter is officially here, and stay warm, and I will see you again very soon. Lots of love. Bye.